Так, раз, 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 раз. Раз, 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 раз. Вот тут хрен открытие звука, как будто он его выламывает, а не открывает.
A shoebox filled with books by Thomas Zane sat on the shelf. I'd never heard of him before.
Hello? Anyone here?
The Deerfest guests have already started to arrive. Just ran into one on the ferry. Famous artist, no less. We'll see if we can rope him into an interview later on. Now let's go to the phones. Caller, you're on KBF-FM.
Hi, Pat. It's Rose.
Why, hello, Rose. What's on your mind?
I know who that famous artist was. It was Alan Wake, wasn't it? He's my favorite writer.
Well, Rose, I
just saw him at the diner. Oh, I am so excited he's here.
I'm sure he's glad to be here, too. Well, folks, I guess the secret's out. This is Pat Main on KBF-FM. And now some music.
Great. So much.
Да, я теперь PC Android кипи нахуй выкину. Я же скачал все Metal Gear, все игры, хотите, мы скачал Snatcher, Полец на вот Metal Gear, все. Даже Metal Gear Survive, я уже установил даже Snatcher, Полец на вот Zone of End, я все скачал. Я сейчас читаю книги, хотите. Готовлюсь к прохождению, как раз таки перепройду оригинальный третий МГС, как раз таки в преддверии ремейка. Если по времени выйдет, я буду играть на релизе, по предзаказу, по раннему доступу. Если достанет я хочу, но позже, то МГС я хочу прямо сейчас.
The power cable goes to that shed over there.
The island had once been the site for a love story. Maybe it would be that again.
Вот смотри, ТЗ, то есть Томас Зейн и П... G, типа Барбара Джаггер, Ягер или как ее там. Ты поняла.
An old generator had been connected to the power cable. Alice had told me about Cauldron Lake Lodge. The old building used to be a hotel, but these days it was no longer open to the public.
Okay, I'll look around a bit.
Sure thing. Have fun.
Там, кстати, этот... доктора место.
It was a beautiful place. I told myself I could rest here, sleep here, and forget about...
Еще раз, Сиран, большое тебе спасибо за подарки. Реально, я не ожидал вообще. Честно, это очень ценю. Большое тебе спасибо. И за DS2 тебе тоже спасибо. Хотя в него еще не играл, но мне друзья некоторые уже прошли по той копии, которую ты купил, и говорят, что типа шедевр. Некоторые еще проходят. Вот. Я чуть попозже. Я просто реально, реально хочу искренне, просто вот сейчас, сейчас именно просто не время на это, чуть попозже, вот. Пусть они пройдут себе спокойно, а вот МГС-3, пиздец, блядь, все равно буду по предзаказу играть в первую же минуту, когда давно выйдет, если, конечно, буду свободен. Ну, а зомбики, это осенью. Я думаю, это будем мы задротить просто целыми днями, как с Black Ops 3. Просто я только закончил третий Black Ops зомби режимы, поэтому я немножко отдохну от них. Немножечко отдохну и продолжим эпопею. В принципе, я, кстати, все зомбики прошел, кроме 4-го, получается. Окей, еще 6-й Black Ops, на 6-й Black Ops, там я жду, когда выйдут все режимы, просто еще не все вышло, когда будет Готи, тогда уже спокойно себе поиграю. Пока нету еще Готи, ждем, когда вот все зомби-режимы выйдут, тогда карты.
Alice? Honey? The old door had played a trick on me. Alice wouldn't have come out in the dark. The water was black. I couldn't help but imagine all sorts of horrors lurking in the depths below.
Кстати, рэп твое и здоровье Коли вообще. Ну, типа, у вас там же болели и так далее. Вы же говорили, что восстанавливаетесь. Как вот ваше состояние сейчас? Твое, Коли.
Alan, I'm upstairs. I have a surprise for you. Surprise!
Alice? What is this?
I guess I have a small confession to make. I thought maybe you could write here that a change of scenery would get you past...
Damn it, Alice! Everyone keeps...
Hey, just hear me out. There's a local doctor, Dr. Hartman. I read a book of his. He has a private clinic here. He specializes in helping artists. Maybe...
So now you want to get me committed?
No, it's not like that. That's not... Alan? Alan?
Just don't! I don't want to hear it! God damn it, Alice! God damn it! I knew she wouldn't follow me in the dark. I needed some time alone to think things through. Damn it. Alice? Alice? Alice! The cabin had gone dark. All the lights were out.
Alan, where are you? Help!
Alice, I'm coming! It's all right, I'm coming! What the hell?
Alan, help me! Alan! No!
Alice? Alice? Oh no!
Keep going, Alan. Wake up.
Alice? Waking up in the crashed car felt like I had woken from one nightmare and entered another. I couldn't remember how I got there. All I knew was that something terrible had happened to Alice. The phone was dead. Among Alice's things was a book, The Creator's Dilemma, by a Dr. Emil Hartman. Seeing the book brought back my fight with Alice. I didn't like it, and I didn't like the guy's smug face on the cover either. The gas station was my best bet. They'd have a phone I could use. It looked like a long hike through the forest to get there. Damn.
Hello?
Hello? Is someone there? The loose sheets of paper were pages from a manuscript entitled Departure. That was the name I planned to use for the next novel I had never gotten started. I was named the author. I hadn't written it. I couldn't remember writing it. In the scene on the page, the hero was attacked by an axe murderer in the woods at night. Departure by Alan Wake. The man turned to face me. His face was covered in shadows. It was hard to make him out in the darkness of the forest that surrounded us, but the axe he lifted was plain to see. It glistened with the blood of his victim. He grinned madly. The shadows were alive, distorting his features. The man turned to face me. His face was covered in shadows. It was hard to make him out in the darkness of the forest that surrounded us, but the axe he lifted was plain to see. It glistened with the blood of his victim. He grinned madly. The shadows were alive, distorting his features. It was a scene from a nightmare, but I was awake.
Anybody there? Please, I've been in an accident.
The lights up ahead were a good sign. Maybe I wouldn't have to hike all the way down to the gas station to find a phone. Barry took another sip of the heavenly. Barry took another sip of the heavenly coffee. He grinned at Rose. Surely this was love. Rose gushed on breathlessly. The new one will be a masterpiece, I know it. You must tell him not to listen to the trolls in the forums saying Departure will never get finished. He should take his time and make it perfect. I can wait.
Anybody there? Please, I've been in an accident. Hey! Hey, you!
Phil!
There's been an accident. I need help. Listen, I need to...
Premium cabins for rent in...
Oh, hell.
Carl Stuckey.
Pleased
To meet you. Non-refundable
reservation
deposit required. Fair and square. Fair and square.
The taken stood before me. It was impossible to focus on it, as if it stood in a blind spot caused by a brain tumor and eye disease. It was bleeding shadows like ink underwater, like a cloud of blood from a shark bite. I was terrified. I squeezed the flashlight like my life depended on it, willing it to stop coming any closer. Suddenly something gave, and the light seemed to shine brighter. The taken stood before me. It was impossible to focus on it, as if it stood in a blind spot caused by a brain tumor and eye disease. It was bleeding shadows like ink underwater, like a cloud of blood from a shark bite. I was terrified. I squeezed the flashlight like my life depended on it, willing it to stop coming any closer. Figure a way out of this. Any second now, and Stucky would be knocking on the door with his axe like Nicholson in The Shining.
Your recommend trying it's the latest thing incontestably proven health benefits let you kill one stone. You can see the sights and keep those cholesterol levels down. See? Torn.
Yes.
Bright Falls Sheriff Station. How may I...
Hello? Hello?
The bulldozer had gone over the cliff with the office. I hoped Stucky had suffered the same fate, but I wasn't planning on staying to find out. Outside a shooting range, and now I just killed someone, or something. There were no bodies. They just disappeared. If I was dreaming, It felt real enough to make me sick. Eerie supplies near it. The dark forest was the last place I wanted to go, but I had no choice. I had to get to the gas station.
Ты понимаешь, все равно мы реально собираем все записки, поэтому, ну, поэтому да. Поэтому мы будем смотреть абсолютно все места. Да, я включил гайд. Там такой гайд, типа Android подсказки. То есть он говорит, в какой области находится Collectables, записка и радио. Ты ищешь, если не можешь найти, то там можно открыть ответ и посмотреть четкий ответ местоположения. Вот так, чтобы просто было интересно. Чтобы не просто по гайдам искать, а чтобы искать самостоятельно, но в случае проблем видеть ответ. И, как видишь, я буду очень медленно играть, потому что я буду погружаться по полной программе. Там срать, если там кому-то из зрителей не понравится, я не буду спешить, я буду играть так, как мне хочется, потому что Alan Wake — это для меня очень важная игра, ну, как и Metal Gear. Поэтому, если я буду проходить одну главу часов в 10, а когда находится часов в 2, ну, то извиняйте. Я хочу погрузиться максимально.
Rose knew she had been gushing, but right now she didn't care. As far as she was concerned, her brief meeting with Alan Wake was literally the high point of her life. She watched as he got in the car with his wife. She was pretty, confident, at ease with Wake. Not like Rose. They were perfect for each other. She'd have given anything to be called their friend. I heard them before I saw them, swooping down from the sky and screeching as they came. was that? When I saw the river below, something uncoiled itself inside my head. I realized that I'd have to find a way across. I didn't even want to look at the water. Barry Wheeler was bouncing off the walls. He jumped on a plane after his calls were ignored by both Al and Alice for several days. It could mean that they were both on a second honeymoon, but Barry didn't buy it. Al had been way too unstable for that, not sleeping, messed up. Barry had years of experience dealing with Alan Wake, and he couldn't ignore it. Something was wrong. Stucky was still out there, in the dark, stalking me. For a long time, the dark presence had been weak, sleeping. Nothing but a half-forgotten nightmare or a shadowy flicker in the corner of an eye in the forest at night. Not real enough to properly exist, and yet too evocative to fade away completely. Now it was waking up. The rider like a fly caught in a spider's web, each jerk and kick vibrating the strands that led deep into its lair. It was aware of him now, and it could use him. All he'd need was a little incentive. Taken. They're taken. The staircase was broken. I had to make my way up some other way. I couldn't stay here. There had to be a way to get up there. I heard them before I saw them, swooping down from the sky and screeching as they came. I spun around just as the cloud was upon me. For an instant, I stared into 100 dead eyes, black pearls glittering in the darkness. I raised the flashlight and the swarm exploded like fireworks. Feathers burned, turned into ash. I couldn't hear my scream above theirs.
Well, I was just outside for a breath of fresh air, and what a night. I know most of you are probably in your beds by now, but if you're still up and around, take a moment. Step outside for a spell and breathe in deep. The weather is absolutely still. The sky is crystal clear. It's like the forest is quietly breathing along with you. As you listeners know, I'm a night owl, and it's on nights like this I wish I wasn't cooped up in the studio. Makes an old man like me wish I could just roam wild. But here I am, and who'd keep you company all night long if I weren't? It looks like I'm not the only one staying up late. Caller, you're on the air.
Hey, Pat, it's Maurice Horton.
Hello, Maurice. What are you up to?
Well, I was just taking Toby on his walking.
Oh, isn't it beautiful out there?
Sure, but Pat, the reason I called is that Toby heard something rustling in the undergrowth and took off after it, and I couldn't find it.
Probably a rabbit.
Sure. Toby loves rabbits.
Well, sure.
Anyway, I figured that, if anyone runs into Toby, they could grab him. My number's on his collar.
And Toby's a friendly dog?
Toby loves people. Usually he comes back, but we were pretty far from home, and it sounds like he went pretty wild there. Great dog, but just too dumb for his own good.
Well, Maurice, it's out there now. Hope Toby comes home soon.
Yeah, thanks, Pat.
You have a good night now.
Пытается опять зайти на аккаунт, что-то купить. Интересно, что. О, это любимая песня моя. Вы же слышали о стриме эту песню? Мне, кстати, прилетит за это копирайт клеем, я напоминаю.
The gas station was closer now, its light welcoming in the darkness.
Paul makes the best dogs in the state. Belly Burster is the best with no cuts. Monster Dog is second best. The famous dog is...
Well, I was just outside for a breath of fresh air, and what a night. I know most of you are probably in your beds by now, but if you're still up and around... The weather's absolutely still, the sky is crystal clear, it's like...
Я перезапустил, потому что мы пропустили записку, по всей видимости, блядь. Да. Вот.
At first, I kept finding the pages as if by accident. The book I couldn't remember was either a terrible and true prophecy or an act of creation that had rewritten the world. I began to hunt the pages feverishly, for they held the answer to the mystery. With it, I could save myself. With it, I could save Alice. The gas station was closer now, its light welcoming in the darkness.
Paul makes the best dogs in the state. Belly Burster is the best with no cuts. Monster Dog is second best. The famous dog is...
I stepped into the gas station's garage. It was dark and quiet. The place was a mess. It looked like someone trashed the place or that there'd been some kind of fight. Light spilled into the room through an open door at the back, and I made my way toward it. Without any warning, I was blinded by a bright light. An old portable TV on the shelf had come alive by itself. Impossibly, I could see myself on the screen, talking like a madman.
Все пытаются на мой аккаунт, в принципе, все зайти.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake? She asked. The sheriff looked at me suspiciously. The early morning light flooded through the office windows. I would probably never have gotten out of the woods alive without her help, but I couldn't tell her the truth of what I'd faced the previous night. She'd think I was lying. The cabin on Cauldron Lake? She asked. The sheriff looked at me suspiciously. The early morning light flooded through the office windows. I would probably never have gotten out of the woods alive without her help, but I couldn't tell her the truth of what I'd faced the previous night. She'd think I was lying or crazy. She'd lock me up, and she wouldn't help me find Alice.
Science. It bestows immortality on those who advance it to elevate all of mankind. Newton, Einstein, Sagan, princes among men. But the price for such a legacy is steep indeed. In Night Springs. Tonight's episode, a quantum suicide. If our lives are already written, it would take a courageous man to change the script. Having called a press conference, Dr. Barclay Colvin is about to demonstrate that very courage.
Ladies and gentlemen of the press, I am Dr. Barclay Colvin, and I'm glad so many of you could join me here at the Moorcock Institute. Tonight, I'm going to give a practical demonstration of the many worlds interpretation. As you can see, this is a loaded 9mm pistol. It shall be part of a thought experiment. And now, a real experiment, known as a quantum suicide.
Did he say suicide? Is that a real gun? He's kidding, right?
Please, stay calm. There is no risk. Observe what occurs when I place the weapon against my own forehead. Now, you might think this round is merely a dud. Not so. Observe the flower pot. And yet, I myself cannot be harmed with this gun. With each pull of the trigger, two new realities branch off. One in which the weapon didn't fire, and one where it did. With my machine here, I have ensured that this reality is always the former. I have bestowed upon myself quantum immortality. Under no circumstances can this gun kill me.
So wait. What you're saying is that every time you pull the trigger, in another reality, you die?
Yes, of course, but that's completely trivial. There's an infinite number of things that could happen at any moment, and they always do happen somewhere. The point is, this one thing did not happen here.
You're insane, Colvin.
Insane? Insane?
Hey, was this thing supposed to be plugged in? I stumbled on it.
You fools! Gaze upon quantum immortality.
Poor Dr. Colvin, felled by his own hubris or the ignorance of the masses. Perhaps he should have left the crate unopened, the decaying atom unobserved. Curiosity often kills the cat. In Night Springs.